Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So, when I was in grade 9, every girls' gym class had a self-defense unit. And I would like to think that I learned some valuable things. I learned to jab people in the eye, to scratch them behind the ear, to yell fire because people tend to respond to that word. I learned that, let's say I'm holding something expensive like my phone and somebody's trying to take it from me, that I should throw it and then they're gonna run to pick up that thing and I run the other way. I feel like I learned some valuable things. However, I do think that there are some problems with self-defense training, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this week's video. But before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. I make anywhere from topic videos like this to rant videos to how to make money online videos. And with all that being said, let's get into this week's video. So, what is this problem with self-defense training? I think that the problem with self-defense training is that it's limited, as in they say, if somebody comes at you like this, do that. If somebody comes at you like that, do this. But like, what if somebody doesn't come at you in the way you were taught? For example, let's say that you're in self-defense class and they're like, okay, imagine that there's somebody with a knife and they're coming at you like this. Well, this is what you do. Well, what happens if the person with the knife isn't coming at me like this? Then what do I do? Like, let's make up a scenario. Give me all your money. Oh wait, no, I didn't learn how to defend myself if you come at me like that. You have to come at me like this. Oh, right, sorry. Give me all your money. Like, if it's a real life situation and somebody is approaching you in a way where you didn't learn how to defend yourself that way, are you gonna stop and be like, oh no, that's not how I learned how to defend myself. You have to come at me like this. And do you really think that the criminal is gonna be like, oh right, it's like, obviously I want you to be able to defend yourself properly. So yeah, I'll just emulate your self-defense training. Like, no, that's not what's gonna happen. So they only teach you certain scenarios, but then if those certain scenarios don't present themselves, then you don't know how to defend yourself. And I'm not trying to give any criminals any ideas. However, if I were a criminal, do you want to know what I would do? I would go to self-defense classes in the area to know what they learn, and then I just wouldn't do that. Because if you know how to defend me if I come at you like this, then I'm not going to come at you like that. Because I know that that's what you learned in self-defense training because I went to a self-defense class. So then I'm going to come at you like this because you didn't learn how to defend yourself if I come at you like this. So it's like, you do learn things, like you learn the weak spots on people, you learn how to like break free and stuff. I get that. And like 5 years later, because this was 5 years ago when I took this class, 5 years later, I still remember some of the things that I've learned. Luckily, I've never had to use any of those things because I've never been in a situation in which I needed to defend myself. So I do think that it is good. I have retained the information. I believe that if I was in the situation, I would be able to do more than before I had this self-defense unit in school. However, they can only teach you so many scenarios. And if the knife-wielding maniac doesn't come at you in the way that you learned how, you can't stop him and be like, okay, wait, stop murdering me for a second. You have to come at me like this. Like, that's not gonna work. So, yeah, I feel like that's the problem with self-defense training. They can only teach you so much. And if somebody doesn't come at you in the way that you were taught, then I'm sorry, but it's over. So this video is not me telling you not to get self-defense training. If you truly feel unsafe and you feel like learning how to defend yourself would make you feel safer if you're going out by yourself or if you have to walk home late at night for some reason, then do that. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel safe. I'm not saying that self-defense training is bad, but I am saying that there are some holes in the self-defense training. But that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.